Welcome, welcome. Today we will be doing pork shoulder. So we're going to have roasted pork. Here it is on top of my table, my cutting board. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm putting some gloves on. It's just a healthy habit. Healthy habit. So, you see the skin. I'm not going to take the skin all the way off, but I will peel it. Try not to cut the meat. I just want the skin that I want to peel back, so that the skin can separate from the meat and will act as a blanket when I lay it down. That will help secure the juices. I'm not taking it all the way off. See, I still have it. And I'm also add slices. I think I'm gonna give me a math not working out as much as I planned. I better get me some new knives. How about that? These things are dull. I don't do a lot of cutting, but when I do, it works. So I do got a slit. This is my favorite knife, my serrated knife. Don't come for me on my video. I know I got some cooks on there. Probably said, you was using the wrong knife. Yes, but this is what I cut with. I'm going to order me some new knives. Some appropriate knives to do what I need to be doing. That's why I'm cutting the skin now before I marinate underneath, so that it's not as slippery. I just want to put a couple slits in it so that the juices can roll from the skin down to the meat. Trust and believe, it might be hard on this fat, but if this if this knife slips, it would definitely cut you. Always pay attention to what are you doing, you know what I mean? So I have a few slits in here, which is good. Let me see if I use my scissors to get the rest of the cutting that I may want to have done. Oh yeah, I just want to take this line down a little bit further, and the scissors did that for me. So that works. Put everything in the sink that I might need to wash. So we have that open, and now I'm gonna place my meat inside this pan, because I don't want to marinate it on the cutting board and then have to transfer it over. So I'm just going to put it in the pan. Maybe I should have had a bigger pan, I think. Alright, there we have it. Because that little silver pan may not make it and stand up through the test. Because this meat is pretty big. So, I have my trusty old pan. Alright, here we go with the roasting pan. Hope you can still see that. Yes. So, we're going to lay this back. All right. So what seasonings I'm going to use first? First off, I need to add some garlic. I don't have no whole garlic, but I'm going to add the minced garlic in between the meat. So what I'm going to do is puncture some holes, and I'm going to add some garlic. Get my holes ahead of time. So that the flavor will be seasoning inside of the meat. I know, so you should have the whole garlic. However, I'm using what I have without running to the store. We know we are in a pandemic, so I use what I have in the house to season the meat and do what I can until it's time to go shopping again. Okay? So, being with me while we make this. We're going to make this thing happen. I'm going to also add some onions. I always like to add onions. I'm not a big fan of using a lot of seasoning, but I know you need seasonings to cook certain meats and things like that. So, I will add. So, I'll puncture a hole over here. And I'm going to stick an onion. So I had the minced garlic and the onion. How about that? So even though I don't have a garlic, I'm still stick something down in there to give me some seasoning. So yeah, so in the holes with the garlic, I'm also adding the onion. So you're going to have the onion and the garlic seasoning. Once some of the holes together and some of the onion holes separate. So this is my substitute. And this is my first time making this. So we just going to make it together. How about that? We're going to see how I got the oven on. I got the oven preheating already at 325. And I know I'm going to stick this in the oven for at least 4 hours, covered tightly. And I'm going to let it do its thing. Then I'll take it out and roast. Make sure I crisp up the top part of the skin. See, I cut these onions up because because I know I didn't have no garlic. Here we go with that. All right. So before I season the top part, I'm just gonna close this over, and I'm gonna work on the bottom part because that's the part I'm gonna turn back over. I'm also making holes and put some onions down in there. I mean, I can have this bowl of onions because I am going to put onions in the pan. I'm going to just throw the rest of them in the pan because as an extra. And lucky I didn't use the silver pan because I'm punching all the way to the bottom. I've been and punched a hole and didn't even know it. Add this garlic right here on top. What you want, kitty? What, kitty? Now I have a little mixture of seasonings. Now, like I said, I'm using what I have in my cabinet, so, and I just feel like flavor, mix it all together. So in this bowl, I have some oregano leaves, some basil leaves, some fennel seeds, some organic sesame seeds. I have cilantro leaves. I have parsley flakes. I have basil leaves, and I have chopped chives. My thing is, anything that's green works. So that's my seasoning on that. And this is big, pretty big meat, so you want to make sure that you season it all the way through. And this right here can't hurt. If anything, it can just help. I'm going to also use some of this Spanish seasoning. You can get this at any local Spanish store, Mexican store. I'm just putting a half a pack on the bottom. Mind you, this is the bottom part of the roast. You still want to season the bottom part. I'm going to add some pepper. I have some Lawry seasoned salt. I usually don't use salt, but this is a big piece of meat, so something got to tenderize. I have some some onion powder. See, basically, I like to use a lot of the powders. Oh, and my garlic powder. So that's the bottom part of the roast. Now we're going to turn this over. Look at that. Look at that. That's the bottom part. So we turn this over, flip it over. Boom, there it is. Now for marinade, I use this pepper. I feel like my nose is about to start sneezing. Excuse me. I didn't open that. I should have opened this before I started, but that's fine. I have the herb and garlic marinade seasoning. So yes, I'm pouring that on there. And I'm going to rub it. Alright, again, I'm going to use my mixture of seasonings that I said I have, which is the fennel seeds, the basil leaves, the chopped chives, the organic oregano leaves, the parsley flakes, organic roasted sesame seeds, and cilantro. See, leaves. So putting all that on there. I have my pepper. All this is going to marinate and it's going to make its own juices. I have some more of my seasoning. I like this seasoning. This seasoning is all right. This seasoning has a little bit of everything in it. My husband, he's like, you sure you know what you're doing? You know that roast? Well, you at work, so look at here. Mama gonna put it down. You can't do nothing wrong when you put it in the oven. All you gotta do is put some seasoning on it, and it's gonna work itself out. The oven gonna do its thing. That was onion powder I just used. Now I'm using the garlic powder. And then I'm gonna go ahead and close the top up. See how that's gonna do? Just like that. Look at that. Yes, close that up. Sit that over there. And this helps the seasoning stick to the meat. Make sure I get it in between. Rub it. I used all that. And again, for the top, I'm going to add seasonings. Because you still want it to be nice and seasoned. You want it to be nice and tasty. I put some underneath this fat little corner down in here. Don't want nothing undone. Like I said, that's why I mixed all the seasonings together. So I get an even distribution. So again, some more pepper. Some onion powder. Some garlic powder. Then we're going to top that off. A little bit left. Yep. With some more of this on top of the skin. It smells real good. And take the gloves off. And some more gloves. I'm gonna add some of this pink Himalayan salt. I should have had that on the inside, but that's all right. Drip a little bit more of this, whatever's in left. Every drop counts. This marinade. And then I'm gonna put these onions inside the pan. I just like onions. I like them in my foods, whatever I'm cooking, so they can marinate up. All right, so sit on that. Clean all this stuff up. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tightly Put some foil on top of the meat. You want to make sure that it's secure. You want all the juices to sink in and marinate. You don't want nothing to sip out. I'm not going to do no peeping. I'm going to put it in the oven for 4 hours. I'm going to watch my time when I put it in there. Watch my time when I get ready to take it out. I'm putting a lot of foil because I want it to be, I want all the steams and the juices not to release. I want it to be nice and tight. Corner right here I need to get. And I pinch the sides, pinch it all up. It's 8:30. Well, 8:35 to be exact. And it's going in the oven. We'll be back. All right, here we go. It's 12:30. It's time to take the oil off. Let me see. Time to take the foil off the roast. Let's take that off. Let me bring you closer so we can see what that is looking like. Then we're going to put it back in there so the skin can get nice and hard. Well, I got this thing on here. That's what you wanted to do. Seal it nice and tight so it can keep all the steam and it can cook off the steam. Look, I feel me taking it off. Ooh, that steam coming up there. Oh, it's stuck to the paper. There it is. Ooh, look at that. Now I'm going to put it back in the oven so it can get nice and hard up top. See, it's real tender up top. Oh, look at that. I'm sticking that fork right in it. Look. Look at that. Look at that. Look, that's how you know that thing is tender. That thing is potent, honey. Potent. Guys, that thing is potent. Let me get some juice up out of here. I'm using my little metal thing. Take some juice. Ooh, look at all that juice up in there. Look how much it made its own juice. Look at that marinade. Just marinate that. I'm going to turn it over so you can see how much juice is inside the pan. Look at that. Ooh, don't that look beautiful? Look at all the juice up in there. It made its own juice. Yes, so we're going to put it back in there so it can get nice and hard. Woo, child. This thing is almost ready. Look at that. Look at that poke. Look at that fork going right through it. Wow. 4 hours. And it's going back in. Alright, here we go. We're going to take it out the oven because it is done. Did I just burn my hand? I got sidetracked. I left it in a little bit too long. I burnt the top of it, but look at that. Yes, girl. I'm got everything going on. Put some of them juicings up in there. This thing is right. There you have it. This is how I got this bad boy going. Just basting the top of it with all the juices. So it's right on down. And there you have it. I hope you enjoy your roast. Tag me when you make one. Thank you for watching.